One of the first things I've got to tell you actually is that the birds here in Australia are so freaking loud. That's one thing you definitely need to know before moving here. I get woken up very early every single morning by an absolute chorus because there are no quiet birds here apparently. Anywho, because I am up so early, I am going to go for a walk down at the Botanical Gardens, and I might just stop off for a drink on the way. So let's get going. Talking of the wildlife as well, so many times we have it mentioned on our comments and in messages, people worrying about snakes and spiders, and to be honest, it's not something that worries us. It's not an everyday thing that we see, and spiders don't bother me, but I mean, it's not bad. It's really not bad. Everybody worries, it's not bad. Oh bother, I've shut gates. Yeah, regarding spiders and snakes, don't worry about them. But I'll tell you what you do need to worry about. You need to worry about magpies, because they are out to get you. I'll be back in a sec. Let me just go and open the gates. All my gates are shut. Hang on. It's the thing about living on a farm, there's gates everywhere. Bear with. Anybody else used to watch Miranda? I love that show. Right, hang on. Back to where we're at. So, magpies. Oh my gosh. You're all worrying about those snakes and spiders. Forget it. Don't worry. What you do need to worry about is the magpies, because there is a swooping season. And I think it's for about 6 weeks a year where they are trying to protect their young, and they just swoop at people. Certain areas get particularly dangerous. There are some magpies that are more aggressive than others. And cyclists, oh my gosh, cyclists wear helmets which have cable ties in them to protect them. You get signs up sometimes about them if there's a particular area that's really dangerous to go through. And the scary thing about magpies is that they recognise people. So if they take a disliking to you, then you're in for it, because they'll swoop you every time, because they won't forget. They're very smart. Forget the snakes and spiders. Before we moved to Acreage, I saw one snake in the wild. It wasn't something I saw every day. You just have to be a little bit sensible, like watch where you're walking. I say that, and I'm the worst one for it. I'm always on my phone when I'm walking. So, I give great advice, but I don't necessarily take it myself. Anyhow, that's another story. Oh, my throat is so raspy at the moment. Anyone would think I talk too much. Anyway, magpies, they're the ones you need to worry about, not the snakes and spiders.
Already memories, now I just don't really care what you feel, what you feel, what you feel. Shame on me, thinking it was just a phase. Like, ooh, got me like, ooh.
By the way, you should also know that if you are a coffee lover, then Australia is definitely the right country for you, because Australians are absolute coffee snobs and they do the best coffee ever. This isn't actually a coffee because I don't like coffee, but I do know from very good sources. Oh, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, sweetheart. Oh, there you are.
And if I'm recognizing your mistakes, like, ooh,
To the Botanical Gardens.
ooh.
One thing that no one ever mentions that you really do need to look out for is the kangaroos when you're driving. You might not get it so much in the city or at all in the city, but certainly when you're out of the city and the main areas, they have bugger all road sense. They just literally jump in front of your car as you're driving down an 80k or whatever road, and you stand no chance. We, thank goodness, have so far managed to avoid hitting them, but I can easily see, without meaning to, without driving badly, it would be way too easy to hit them. And I mean, when I've been to the outback, you see, or even not in the outback, some of the more rural roads, you see them all down the side of the roads where they've been hit by cars because, as I said, they've just got no road sense. Not only do you not want to be harming wildlife, but also they really ruin your car. Some of them are built like steroid junkies. They're ripped and they are 6 foot odd. They're massive. The kangaroos will often have joeys in their pouches as well. So you've got to be vigilant, and especially around sunrise and sunset, because although we've often seen them in the middle of the day jump in front of our car, but often sunset and sunrise are the times that they'll catch you out. Talking of cars, so used car prices have gone up crazy prices. Being able to get a new car is taking a very long time and is not as easy as it once was. So in turn, that's pushed up the prices of the used cars, meaning that you're not actually paying much less for a used car than you are for a new car. And the funny thing is, the car accident I had last year was a total write-off for my vehicle. We bought the car new in 2017, brand new. The payout that I got from the insurance was pretty much what I paid for the car because the value had risen so much. That gives you an insight as to how much used car prices have gone up. I've kind of been filming while I've been talking. I've got lost. I've been to this botanical garden so many times and I thought I was walking down to the water, but I'm not, and I've never actually seen this part of the botanical gardens before. I was going to go waterfront with you, but yeah, I've lost the water. I don't know if that happens to anyone else. I was just so busy talking that I got lost. So you all know that I hate being negative Nancy with you. I love Australia, and I love telling you about all the amazing things about it. But certainly if you're moving to Australia in 2023, I can't just tell you all the good stuff. I've got to tell you the reality. And that is that there is a housing shortage here in Australia, and there has been for a little while now. When Ben and I came over, we booked our holiday accommodation for 2 weeks and we were like, yeah, that's plenty of time to find a rental. That might not be the case now. So just bear that in mind. And also, like many people here are doing, think of other options. Think about moving out a little bit further. You know, if you're having a half an hour drive, you get a half an hour drive every day or an hour's drive every day of beautiful scenery. It might be that you consider new lifestyle options, which many people here are doing, such as travelling in a van. A lot of people also now are sharing their home. It might be that you have a lodger or you get a property that's got a little granny flat on the side of it. It's just something to bear in mind. It's not a reason not to do what you want to do, but it just might mean that you need to change things up a little bit. Think outside the box. Another thing that you need to know, that you probably already know because it's happening every single country in the world, is that prices are going up here. That might leave you a little bit uncertain as to whether you can afford life in Australia. We did a cost of living video quite recently that I'm just going to link up here for you. I'll link it in the description as well. We're a family of 5 and that will give you a great idea of what the prices are like currently. One thing to keep money in your pocket though is that in Australia we don't tip. So while in some countries, i.e. the USA, it's compulsory to tip, or I don't know if it's compulsory. I think it's compulsory, isn't it? Let me know if you're American. Is it actually compulsory or it's just the done thing? So in Australia, it's not the done thing. Obviously you can tip if you want to, but it is certainly not expected and it is certainly not the norm. Good news, I did find the water. How funny, I found this whole other garden area that I've never seen before, despite being here so many times. For those of you who may think that Australia is all dry, I've got to tell you, I mean, a lot of it is, but mostly where people live, it's like this. It's beautiful, it's green, it's lush, it is stunning and full of life. These botanical gardens really don't disappoint. Look how beautiful this is. The announcement that we promised you, drum roll please, our Moving to Australia ebook series is finally here. We've got 3 books full of information, advice, stories, checklists, and so much more. I have put everything we know into these 3 books to help make your move as stress-free as possible and to save you heaps of time and money. The ebook series has been divided into 3 books. So the Should I Move to Australia, the Guide to Making the Move to Australia, and Arriving in Australia. You can download either one of these books or you can download all 3. They will be available on our website, thebamfamlam.com, from this Tuesday, the 21st of February, from 5 p.m. Brisbane time. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also head over to our website where you can sign yourself up for early access to our ebooks that are coming out this Tuesday. See you next week.
My worst behavior, though it